How's it going, everyone? Today we're taking a look at the Sharp Aquos Flip. This is a Japanese phone and I'm really excited to showcase it. It does not work well in the United States. I tested it with a SIM card from Google Fi or T-Mobile. That's the network that they use. And it did get connection a couple of times, but it left really quickly. It just doesn't have the bands. But if you are an international user, number one, this phone is well designed. It has a lot of good features, and of course, it does have Android inside. So it's very well supported to a degree. Of course, being outside of the Japanese market is going to have limited compatibility, but I think it's a very good option. It's super slim compared to any of the other devices that I have reviewed, and it does bring a dock so that you can use it. You can charge it here. It does have a micro USB. It is not a regular USB-C. So that is a little bit of a bummer. But besides that, it's a very good device and it has pretty much everything. The only other thing that is missing, it's a 3.5mm headphone jack, and that's a little bit of a bummer, but it does make up with the software and a couple of the other things that this device has. So as you may be able to see here, I may need to go to settings and adjust a little bit of the display. It may be a little bit too dim. But essentially, this phone has a great compatibility with pretty much everything that it does. So it's very easy to use. It's very good, like when it comes to the performance. You have a lot of different things available to you. And I personally enjoy the device. Now, there's a couple of things that can be done better. This is the back key. As you see, it doesn't have one here or here, but it does have some shortcuts to the camera, which is very good. I believe it's a 5 megapixel or 8 megapixel camera, but it does work very well. It does have autofocus and it does have a lot of the other things. As you see here, it does have Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, location. It does have the network settings, things of that nature. But if you want to use this device, the most important thing is that you can install Android applications. So I tested a phone call via WhatsApp and it works decently well. It doesn't have as many issues. You can connect this to Wi-Fi without any issues, and it does have the basics. If you don't want to install any Android applications on top of the, some of the services that it brings, I think it does have a lot of extra things for you that it can be used as a regular dumb phone. So it does have stopwatch, world clock, voice recorder, infrared pedometer. So it does have a lot of extra little features, and stuff like that you're able to use in order to, use the phone. So as you see here, the camera, you do have the ability to do a barcode reader. You do have the ability to do a photo. And again, it's a very good camera. It does get the job done. I personally enjoyed using it. I'm trying to showcase a feature here, preview. Yes, a lot of different things. So as you may be able to see there, it does have a pretty good, if you see a tint here, I believe that's on the screen, it's not on the picture, but it does reproduce pretty well. It does have a good ability, and of course it depends on your lighting conditions, but it does have autofocus. It does focus into the different areas. So it's a very good camera if you're trying to send a message to somebody. It does have a mail client, a calculator, a calendar. These are all essentially Android based. And as you're able to use them, then you're also able to, create an event, an agenda, photos, etc., etc. It does have alarms, of course. You are able to create them. So all of the basic features are here, and you're able to change a couple of the settings when it comes to the device itself. Now, in order to create some of the extra abilities to install applications, you can of course go into About Phone. You can, as you see, it has Android 8.1. You will need to go into developer options by clicking the build number 7 times. And after you have that, you're able to, do the other things like OEM unlocking and USB debugging, which allows you to push applications via the computer, like a computer app, like the app manager. Now, one thing that I did not like, and I do like that it is very thin, but sometimes it felt like it was too thin. As you see, it does have an indicator right here for phone calls or text messages, things of that nature. But the device itself, even though it does semi-work in the United States, it's a little bit too thin on the keys. So that's the only thing that I will dock. The design is very good, it's very slim, it's very nice to use, but the keys are a little bit, just a little bit, not as great, just because it's not the quality, but it's just the size. It's a little bit small, so if you have big thumbs, big fingers, then it might be a problem. But for the most part, you shouldn't have any issues. Again, the keys, you can feel the tactability. They do feel nice. The build quality is superb. I've been enjoying using it, to be honest. And it does have a good battery life. So again, battery life, it's very good on this device. It does use a milliamp hour battery, so it's nothing special or different just because it comes from a different country. But it does last for about 4 days. So 3 to 4 days is the good battery life on this, of course, with medium use to some heavy use. If you use it heavily, then you probably will drain it faster. I mainly use it on Wi-Fi, so I did not use it heavily on cellular networks. So maybe dock a day or maybe a day and a half on that. So, but it's going to be a good performer for 2 to 3 days. You can install applications, like I said, because it does have Android, and of course they will show up here, and you can kind of like use them at your desire. So it does have the ability to set up some shortcuts. As you see, it does have some keys here, and they are represented at the top. So if you want to go straight to the alarm, you just click that key and boom, you go to the alarm, or you can customize it as you desire. But it is a very good device. I've really enjoyed using it. Even if I don't have all of the capabilities, I think it may be serviceable for some of you who are outside of the United States, and the bands are compatible. It's very nice. The design is very good looking. It's the first Japanese device that I review on this channel. So maybe we'll have more if they ship faster. But it does have the ability to do very well. I really enjoy using the device. It's very fluid, very smooth. And again, you can install extra applications if you want to via ADB. If you have any questions about this device or any of the other devices that I review, make sure to let me know. Put it in the comments. Maybe I'll showcase one more thing. I think I did not showcase. So one last thing that I want to showcase is the SMS capabilities. It's called Mail. So you have, when you go to Mail here, you got Mail and PC Mail, which are two different things. PC Mail is for email and Mail is for SMS. You can create an SMS, and you of course have the ability to, type, edit at your heart's content. As you see, it is triple click, right there. And you have prediction candidates that you'll be able to use automatically. You also can change the keyboard, I believe. Oh, I pressed the wrong key right here. If you press the keyboard, I believe it is the star key, input mode right there. You have the ability to have ABC, a different language, of course, 1, 2, 3, things of that nature. There is no predictive text coming out of the box, but of course, it does have some predictions. Of course, you have to triple click right there, and it then give you some predictions that you can get to faster. If you want to use predictive text, I'm pretty sure you're going to have to install a different application like traditional T9 IME, which is compatible with any Android 8.1 and above. But that's how the creation of SMS is. If you have any questions about the device or about any of the other devices that I have reviewed, make sure to let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.